Tonight on our pregame show from Hoffman, Coach Richard Risbrud of the Hillcrest Comets is joining us as we await the start of tonight's Comet game against the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots. And this year, a little different look from HK. They lost 13 seniors last year, and perhaps a rebuilding year for the Patriots, and not as experienced a club as you're used to seeing when you run up against Hoffman.
Well, not an experienced team, but we know they have a lot of talent, Craig, and anytime we come down here and play Hoffman-Kensington with Swanson at the helm, they're always going to have a good football team. So, and it's always usually a pretty good game between Hillcrest and Hoffman anyway, so we're really looking forward to this year.
What do you see as the key tonight for the Comets to succeed here, Coach?
Well, I think we got to stop, there are two running backs, Reiner and Mahoney, and Runge, and in Winters is also an excellent quarterback in throwing the ball, so as soon as the end takes and cuts and turns, the pass is usually right there. So that's our defensive backs are going to have their work cut out for them because we know they threw 30 times against Bearsley Valley. So that's always a concern for us. And they got different formations. They'll send guy in motions. A lot of different offensive sets.
How would you grade your pass defense right now?
Well, it's okay so far because we haven't been burnt on a long pass, but we know that we haven't run into a good passing quarterback yet. Wheaton had a good one. And we just played deep enough to stop the Clinton Graceville one. So we hope our defensive backs can just be able to stay with them on a pass as well as come up hard on the run.
Nothing like 50 points to boost the confidence of an offensive team. You got 50 last week. Did the offense come out pretty fired up this week during practice?
Well, they did. It was good. It was a good confidence builder for us. And when you go a while without a win and come up with a nice big win like that. It definitely helps the team out. It helps everybody out, and practice a little bit more fun the next week, and the drills don't get quite so tedious, and because they know they know they can do it, and so when that happens, it makes it a lot more fun.
When you took a look at the videotape, if you did this past week, did you feel pretty satisfied with the offensive execution as a whole, including the upfront blocking?
Well, we want to contain our blocks a little bit longer. We know that the initial hit is there. But we're working on our line to contain their blocks and a little bit longer for our halfbacks to get through. And but it's nice to look at the tape and see the breakaway runs. Evan Newman, of course, in the backfield has the capability of breaking it and going all the way, and we haven't had that for a long time at Hillcrest.
You feel you're pretty compatible with the passing game and the running game right now? Are you gaining some confidence with the offensive passing game?
I think so, and Nate Endrud is feeling more comfortable at halfback or at quarterback, and he's more confident. We're still working on his spiral in throwing the ball, and if he can stay in the pocket and throw in on a play action, he does okay. But if he's got to scramble, oftentimes he's over the target. But we've been working on that this week.
How about your injury situation? Are you coming in pretty healthy?
Well, as far as I know, and a lot of them have the aches and usual bumps and bruises, and I told them if they did, they'd have to play with it anyway tonight because it's a big game for us. So we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach Richard Risbrud of the Hillcrest Comets, and we'll have Keith Swanson, head coach of the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots, right after this timeout. Keith Swanson, in his 19th year as head coach of the Patriots of Hoffman-Kensington, joins us. And, Coach, you lost a lot as far as experience last year, 13 seniors. That's tough to replace.
Yes, it is, and those 13 seniors were all starters, either offense or defense, most of them both ways, and there were some big holes. We had all our apples in the basket last year trying to go all the way, and got sidetracked by Wheaton in the section finals. But so we're really young, and we knew we were going to take our lumps this year.
You've also come up with a couple of injuries early on, but it seems like a lot of teams are suffering through that right now, early in the season. Are you able to go down a little deeper on the bench and get some good replacements, or is that an area you're trying to find some help in?
Well, we have some numbers on the bench, but and I would say there's some pretty good talent there, but they're really young. We have a lot of freshmen who are seeing a lot of action, and anytime you throw freshmen in against juniors and seniors, no matter how talented they are, the experience just there's no excuse for it, and the juniors and seniors are kind of taking it to us right now.
Last couple of weeks, you've allowed a lot of points, over 30 points in each ball game. Is that the biggest concern to you right now, to get that number down?
Well, actually, it isn't as a concern as probably people would think, because we have felt that our defense has played pretty well. It's the big play that has killed us. We were only down 6 points going into the fourth quarter against Valley, and then we gave them 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. We snapped a punt over our punter's head, and they recovered for a touchdown. And So I know, you look at that and you say 30, you're averaging giving up 30 points a game, that you should be a little concerned. But we got some young kids on that defense too. We'll be starting a freshman at D-back tonight, and so it's actually we're more concerned about trying to score points.
32-29 loss that first week of the season to Clinton Graceville when you had a lead late in the ball game. Those are the kind of games that can really set the pace for a season early on. If you lose a tight one like that, it's tough to bounce back.
Especially when you're young. That if the kids start losing a little bit of their confidence, it's hard to bring it back when they're freshmen and sophomores. And so it hurt us. We thought we played pretty well late in the game and scored with about 4 minutes left in the game. And they came down and punched one in with 1:12 left and won the ball game. And so that took the steam out of us. We thought we had a chance to win that one. We did not think we were going to win last week against Valley. Although, we thought we played pretty well, they're just too big for us.
What do you see as the keys tonight in the matchup with Hillcrest?
Well, I think we're very similar teams. We're not terribly big. We've got good size, good average size, but we don't have those great big bruising guards like West Central and Browns Valley and a few Underwood, a few of the other teams have. And so I think, it could be 2 or 3 more big plays that might decide this ball game. Special teams could decide it.
Underwood and West Central have a big game tonight. That's going to be interesting to watch the outcome there. But this conference seems to be just loaded again this year with strong football talent.
Well, we always brag in West Central Minnesota about the brand of 9-man football that we play. And the last few years, we've put 1, 2, sometimes 3 teams down in the Dome with now the semis down there. And we think we got a good chance to put 3 teams down there again this year with CA and Hancock in one section, and Wheaton and Browns Valley and Clinton Graceville in another, and then, of course, all of us schools here in another. We think that these 2 conferences could, the north and the south half of the Pheasant, could send 3 schools to the Dome again.
I guess there's a positive to the strength in this area and a negative to it. The positive is you've got to be toughened by playoff time by playing this competition. The negative is you might be a little beat up because of it too.
That's true. Day in and day out. I know when I first started here, centuries ago, you could look towards 2 or 3, maybe even 4 ball games where you maybe could coast a little, and that's no longer true. Teams are so much better coached. They're much more physical. They hit the weights more in the summertime, and there's so many ways that they've made themselves better football players. There are no more easy ball games.
There's a pairing agreement that has been signed with West Central, which would eliminate Hoffman-Kensington football as we know it. You would become a combined team with West Central, which would be an outstanding football team, I would think, because of the number of kids that you guys turn out as individual schools. Put them together, and you've got a powerhouse in Class C or Class B, whatever the enrollment puts you in. But is there a mixed feeling when you look ahead to that?
Sure, there is. It's tough to let go. Tradition is tough to let go. We've been very successful here. West Central's been very successful athletically, and but you got to look at the whole picture. And of course, we're not putting these 2 schools together with the idea of becoming better teams athletically. We're hoping that down the road it's going to make better students and better young men and women, and that's what you got to keep telling yourself. And it's tough, and it's not going to be any easier. It's going to be tough for a couple of years to really adjust, but I have faith in both communities and faith in the football teams and the coaches involved that we will gel, and I really believe that whatever we call this new conglomerate, I think we're going to be very successful in football.
Well, Keith, you've been very successful here at Hoffman-Kensington over your years, and some outstanding years to look back on and draw from, and I think that only helps in the case of a young football team we're seeing here. They do know you have that tradition, and they want to uphold that, so I think you're going to see them work hard to get back to that level this year.
I agree with you. I think that they know what it takes to win. Even the young kids, they've had successful junior high and junior varsity programs, and they're proud to be Patriots. And if down the road we're called something else, they're going to take that on and be proud of that too.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Keith Swanson, head coach of the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots, and we'll be back and continue our pregame after this timeout. Back deep on the far side of the field for Hillcrest, and Ryan Nordland on the near side. Now remember, this is 9-man football. We have an 80-yard field. Excuse me if I forget that once or twice tonight. I've not done a 9-man game yet this year, so we'll try to watch that closely. Johnson awaiting the referee's go-ahead. He has the whistle. He approaches the ball, and this game is underway. A line drive kick coming to Nordland on the run at the 9-yard line. Brings it up the middle. He's over the 25. He has a hole to the 30, to the 35, and pushes forward to the 37 or 38-yard line, and it was the kicker, Jay Johnson, who finally wrapped him up. He got a good block from Chris Mon to give him a little more running room on that return, and he's all the way out to the 38-yard line. So a nice return by Nordland. And Hillcrest will begin their first possession of the night on their own 38-yard line. Almost at midfield. They come out with Quam, the fullback, right in front of the tailback, Evan Newman. Nordland wide to the left side, and Endrud under center takes the snap, gives it off to Quam, spins off a tackler, and then is pushed back as he crosses the 40-yard line. And it's Paul Mahoney, the defensive left end, who wrapped him up and dropped him for the short gain of 2 yards. So Quam, the ball carrier, on the first play from scrimmage for the Comets. It will be 2nd down and 8. Ball just over the midfield stripe and into Hoffman territory. Paul Mahoney, the left end. Greg Sabalik, the left tackle. It's Neil Anderson at right tackle and Mark Schmidt on the right end. Linebackers, Bo Reiner on the left side, Tony Winter in the middle, and Bruce Runge on the right side. And the safeties are John Winter and Ryan Walters. Now the Comets send receiver off wide to the right side, out of the I formation on 2nd down at 8. Endrud will take the snap. This time it's Newman coming wide, going to the outside, has the first down, and is swung to the ground at the 30-yard line. Making the tackle is Bruce Runge, the linebacker on the near side. That's a gain of 9 yards for Evan Newman. And you have to give a lot of credit on that play to Paul Quam, the fullback, who led the blocking to the outside, and a first down run by Evan Newman on his first carry of the game. Ball just inside the 30-yard line of Hoffman-Kensington. Comets with the game's first possession. Picking up a first down on their second play. Nordland goes out wide to the right side. Nate Endrud, the senior quarterback, under center Brooks Walter, takes the snap from Walter, looks, throws a quick pass, and he overshoots his intended receiver, Ryan Nordland, trying to get that flanker screen set up where he just takes it and tries to outmaneuver the defender and get downfield, but the pass was much too high for Endrud to even make an effort to come up with it. So it's 2nd down 10. Comets electing to go to the air for the first time, and unsuccessfully at that. 10:44 to go, opening quarter. Ball spotted just inside the Hoffman 30-yard line. And the Comets will send a receiver wide to the left side. That's Matt Larson, 155-pound senior. Quam, the fullback. Deep back is Newman. The handoff from Endrud goes to the second man through Newman. Newman is stuck and driven back by Bo Reiner. Reiner read that play well, and he stopped him for a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8, as the ball is spotted at the 28-yard line. Now, Newman, in addition to his excellent running skills, has a very good leg on him, and he may be able to attempt a field goal of some distance. And right now, if the Comets were to advance no further on this drive, you'd be looking at a 45-yard field goal, counting the 10 yards from the goal line to the goal post at the back of the end zone. I don't know if Coach Risbrut would try that or not. A lot depends, of course, if he can get some yardage here on 3rd down. 3rd down at 8 from the 28-yard line. Passing down, you would think, play action fake. Endrud throws. He has a man over the middle, and it's caught, and it is a touchdown. The pass caught by Mike Levang, and you've got to give Mike a lot of credit because it deflected off his hands initially. He kept his concentration and focus on the ball, pulled it in, and got into the end zone from 28 yards out, and the Comets are on the board. Comets striking on their first possession, 5 plays, 42 yards, and a 28-yard touchdown pass to Mike Levang. Getting the Comets on the board, the 2-point conversion run in by Newman, who will now boot the ball, and it will be fielded at the goal line. Patriots will run the reverse. They handed the ball off. This is Mahoney coming wide, and he will be pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And the Comets did a nice job staying in their lanes on the kick coverage, and the tackle was made by David Folden on the near side. So Hoffman-Kensington will begin at their own 15-yard line after they reverse on the kick return. Bo Reiner, all-conference center, number 55, leads the Patriots out of the huddle. Tony Winter is the quarterback, number 16. He has Paul Mahoney, 43, and Bruce Runge, 36, in the backfield. And this is Runge trying to go wide, has some good blocking. Newman tried to strip the ball, and he does, and it's going to be covered by the Comets deep in Hoffman territory. And jumping on top of the football, number 77, Chris Mon, recovers that fumble. And you have to give a lot of credit to Evan Newman, who stripped the ball away. Newman, with good speed, caught up with Runge as he tried to sweep the corner. And then Mon was right there to pounce on it after a short gain of 2 yards. And the Hillcrest Comets will take over on the Hoffman-Kensington 17-yard line. Newman stripping the ball, Mon recovering. And now Hillcrest back on offense quickly as the Patriots run only one play before turning the football over. Again, out of the eye, they fake handoff. Now Endrud rolling left out of the pocket. He has some running room. He tucks the ball in, gets inside the 10 and all the way to the 6-yard line. And he's going to be very close to a first down, and I think he's going to have the necessary yardage to pick up another first down for the Comets. Yeah, they're going to move him to the 6-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain for Endrud, and it is a Comet first down at the 6-yard line. So it's first and goal, 9:05 remaining here in the first quarter. Comets out in front, 8-0. Endrud breaks huddle, sends a receiver wide to the right side. That's Matt Larson. Backs are split this time. Dick Risbrud runs out of the I and the T formation. Handoff off the right side, Quam, and he breaks off the one tackle into the end zone, but we have penalty flags down, and I believe we're going to see a holding call on the Comets here, which will nullify that run and push them back. First penalty of the night, and it will be a 10-yard mark-off against the Comets for holding. So that'll take the 6 points away, and it will push the Comets back to the 16-yard line, and it will be first down and goal with 8:41 remaining first quarter. Comets scoring on their first possession on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Endrud to Mike Levang, and now trying to capitalize on a Patriot turnover deep in Hoffman-Kensington territory, but hurting themselves with the penalty on that first play from scrimmage. Coach Risbrud sends a play in from the sideline with Ryan Nordland, the flanker. Nordland comes out of the huddle and goes wide to the right side, again out of the T formation with Newman and Quam the setbacks. First down and goal, ball on the 16-yard line. It's Newman off the left side slicing, and he's cut down by Bo Reiner. Reiner got him at about the 13-yard line for a gain of 3. Second down and goal. Ball on the 13. 14 yards on 3 carries for Evan Newman. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Larson this time, the receiver off to the right side, and the Comets will line it up in the I formation. They've run a couple of play-action fakes, resulting in passes out of this formation. This time it's Newman going wide inside the 5 and untouched into the end zone. Evan Newman with the good speed to the outside. He takes it in from 13 yards out, and the Comets have a 14-0 lead in this ball game. And the offense has really looked good tonight. Backs are split. Endrud under center. Takes the snap. Rolls right. Fakes. Now throws. End zone. And it's successful. The 2-point conversion for the Comets makes it a 16-0 lead as Matt Erickson, the tight end, got open in the end zone and was on the receiving end of Endrud's touchdown pass. Erickson from Endrud, 16-zip. Comets have the lead and will return to Hoffman-Kensington with the Comets kickoff after this. Evan Newman tees the ball up at the 30-yard line. Runge and Walters are deep. And it's going to be Ryan Walters at the 6-yard line, coming right up the middle to the 15, the 20, and ahead to about the 25-yard line before the hole closes. Nordland was there. He was one of the people in on the tackle for Hillcrest, and Paul Quam was also there. 7:36 remaining in the first quarter. Ball on the 25-yard line of Hoffman-Kensington. The Patriots, having fumbled the football away on their very first play from scrimmage. She had to give a lot of credit on that play again to Evan Newman to strip the ball away from Bruce Runge. Here's Runge off the counter play, and he'll take it up over the 30 to the 31-yard line, wrapped up there by Quam. But a nice gain of 6 yards on the play by Runge. Second down at 4. So Runge has carried the ball both times out of the backfield, and a new running back checking in, Paul Winter, freshman, 162 pounds, spelling Paul Mahoney, who has that right leg pretty well taped up. Slot to the left side. Handoff comes near side to Winter, and he'll take it up over the 45, ahead to the 46-yard line, and he should have the first down. He will have the first down yardage from the placement of the ball, and it will be the first down of the game for Hoffman-Kensington. Paul Winter, for his first carry of the ball game, picks up 5 yards. Ball at the 37-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Comets having scored on both of their possessions, 16-0. Wide to the right side, Jay Johnson, senior, who also does the place kicking off anyway, on the crossbuck again. Oh, good tackle defensively for the Comets as Darren Heidbreder wrapped up the ball carrier Runge and actually pushed him back. They're going to mark his progress at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Runge, 3 carries, 8 yards, but a good defensive play by Darren Heidbreder that time. Senior, 165-pounder on that right end position. Chris Mon is at the right tackle spot. Scott Hansen at the left tackle. Mike Levang on the left end. Linebackers are Matt Erickson and Paul Quam. Secondary, David Folden, Evan Newman, and Ryan Nordland. Second down, a little over 10 to go. Trying to come wide. This is Winter to the outside, and he steps out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Levang forced him wide. Nordland came over to help out. And that's about a 6-yard gain on that play. Paul Winter with 11 yards on 2 carries since coming in to replace Mahoney in the backfield. It's third down and a long 4 to go for the first. 5 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Clock stops as the player went out of bounds. Flanker to the right side. Here's a quick pitch coming wide. This is Runge. Runge gets the first down, and he's forward to the 25-yard line before he's caught by Matt Erickson. The linebacker ran him down there. But that's a gain of 12 on the play by Runge. First down at the 25-yard line of Hillcrest as the Patriots have moved the ball from their own 25 to the Comet 25 on 5 plays. Jay Johnson wide to the near side. Fake pitch, come back to Runge off the left side, and a good play defensively by Heidbreder, who was able to outmaneuver the blocker that time, fought off the block and made the tackle, but Runge still picked up 5 yards. Runge has carried 5 times for 25 yards. Patriots with a second down, nose of the football inside the Comet 20-yard line. The Comets are home next Friday. They have Ashby coming in for a 3 o'clock game, and Hoffman-Kensington has Underwood coming in for a 7 o'clock game next week. 5 of the next 6 games for Hoffman-Kensington will be at home. Quick pitch. Runge gets a good block at the line of scrimmage, turns, twisting, trying to get forward for the first down, but he stopped short of first down yardage. Brooks Walter in there, Paul Quam in there, Nordland in there. Nice block on the right side. Thrown by John Winter, the slot back, which was able to spring Runge for about 3 yards on the play. Third down and 2. Runge, 6 carries, 28 yards. And with 4:25 to go here in the first quarter, the Patriots will try to keep this drive alive. 2 receivers wide to the right side. Johnson is the split end and the flanker. Here's the handoff to Runge. Runge breaks to the outside, and he's headed for the end zone for 6. And Hoffman-Kensington is on the board. And a nice run as Runge broke to the outside for the extra point. Travis Lee is the holder. And Paul Winter, the freshman, is the kicker, but we have some movement up front. Flags all over. Let's see what they do, if they push the Patriots back or move it half the distance to the goal as the Comets were jumping. Yep, it's encroachment on the Comets. Well, let's see if that changes Keith Swanson's mind, if he'll want to try to punch it in from a 1.5 yards out instead of 3. Mahoney's coming in, and it looks like they will now attempt to go for 2 points. Get a 1.5 yards closer on that penalty. So you might as well give it a go now. 1.5 yards in that territory is still hard to make, but not as tough as 3. Runge and Mahoney are the setbacks. Motion wide to the left side. Here's a pitch out. The ball is dropped. It's picked up by the Patriots' Mahoney, and he is hit back at the 10-yard line by Quam. But we do have a penalty flag down once again. Another flag on the field. 4:07 left here in the opening quarter. And let's see what the call is. If it's against the Patriots, they're going to decline. It is against the Patriots. Illegal procedure, and it's declined. So with 4:07 left here in the opening quarter from Hoffman, it's the Comets of Hillcrest leading the Patriots of Hoffman-Kensington 16-6. 4:07 left, opening quarter. A lot of offense in this one already. It's 16-6 in favor of Hillcrest. They'll get the football now. Johnson kicks it away high and short. Nordland on a bounce at the 12-yard line. Gets a block, turns it up to the 20, the 25, heads to the outside. He's at the 30, to the 35, and he's dragged down at the 38-yard line. And some good speed by Tony Winter as he grabbed on by the shoulder pads and dragged the return man Nordland to the ground, but not before he returned it to the 38. Both of the kickoffs tonight by Hoffman-Kensington have been returned to the Hillcrest 38-yard line. So they have had some very good returns set up. And the Comets certainly showing they have some good team speed, breaking that to the outside again. Comet offense successful on both of their offensive possessions so far. They'll split the backs behind Nordland. Fake to the first man. Here's Newman. Newman going to the outside, and he skips over a tackler. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown once again as he outran John Winter. Boy, Newman again with that breakaway speed, and it doesn't take the Comets long to get that. Gives it off to Newman, and again, Newman will outrun the defense as he takes it to the right corner of the end zone. And that was quick. One play, 42 yards, 8 points added on to the Comet lead. And with 3:32 to go in the first quarter, it's 24-6. Well, we have 30 points on the board, and we still have 3.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Comets have succeeded on all three of their possessions. Their defense gave them good field position by stripping the ball away from Bruce Runge on the first play from scrimmage for the Patriots. After a Hillcrest touchdown, they even withstood a holding penalty and got the ball in the end zone on their second possession. Line drive kick on the sideline, out of bounds. Comes out of bounds on the near side. There'll be a penalty assessed against Hillcrest here. Now, Patriots will get the football. They bring the ball out to the 30-yard line. I know in 11-man it's the 40, and I think it's the 30 here. Yes, it is. They'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They do not re-kick. Patriots get it on their own 30-yard line. They had a nice 8-play drive on their last possession that covered 55 yards and led them to the end zone for their only touchdown. Backs are split wide, receivers wide to both sides, and the quarterback, Tony Winter, will pitch it out. Runge again gets a good block from the flanker, and a tackle by Quam as he tripped Runge as he went by, and that saved what could have been a pretty big gainer. Runge picking up 3 yards. Oh, running to the near side, the flanker, John Winter, doing a nice job with the block as the flanker, but a nice tackle by Quam after he was knocked to the turf to slow Runge down, and he picks up only 3. 2nd down and 7. Comets showing a 4-2 defense. Patriots like to spread their receivers out. Winter wide to the near side. Johnson wide left. The hole opens up, and it closes in a hurry. Mahoney off the right side, and Mon was there along with Matt Erickson. Or check that, Darren Heidbreder along with Erickson. Heidbreder, in fact, came away with the ball, but it was after the whistle. He tried to tell the official it was before, but he would have none of that. So Mahoney gains 4 on that play, and it's 3rd down and about 3. 2.5 minutes to go, opening quarter from Hoffman. Patriots trailing the Comets 24-6. Fake to the first back, Runge, and shooting through to make the big defensive play as linebacker Paul Quam. Boy, did he cut down Mahoney for a loss of 2 back to the 36-yard line. What a big play by the linebacker. Play action fake to the first back, come back off the right side to the second back through, and Mahoney was cut down by Quam, and it's 4th down and 4. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and the Patriots will punt the football. John Winter, the senior, is the punter. Evan Newman is back deep along with Ryan Nordland. Bo Reiner, the snapper, gets it right back to Winter, and a high kick. Newman backing up, takes it at the 13-yard line, right up the middle. He's to the 20, cuts outside to the 25, shakes the tackle at the 30, and into Patriot territory all the way to the 38-yard line of Hoffman-Kensington before being stopped. Well, let's see, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 37, his own 37. So another nice kick return, this time on a punt. At the 37 of the Comets, that's where they'll take over possession of the football. Well, Hillcrest has certainly had excellent starting position on all of their possessions tonight. And we have a timeout being taken here by Hoffman-Kensington. We'll take a break with 1:28 remaining in the opening quarter. Hillcrest with a 24-6 lead over HK. Hoffman-Kensington taking their first time out of the ball game with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter. It's been an offensive display so far, 24-6 Comets. The Comets started their first drive at their own 38-yard line. 5 plays later, they were in the end zone, and then Hoffman-Kensington stripped of the ball on their first play from scrimmage. Comets recovering on the HK 17. 3 plays later, it's in the end zone. Then Hoffman on a nice 8-play, 55-yard drive, got 6 back. But the Comets came back with another nice kick return to the 38-yard line. And Evan Newman broke it on the first play from scrimmage, went 42 yards for a score. Now after the punt, the Comets start in good field position again on their own 37. So their 4 drives have started on their own 38. The Hoffman-Kensington 17, the Hillcrest 38, and now the Hillcrest 37. Evan Newman has scored twice. Michael Levang once. Levang on a 28-yard pass from Nate Endrud. Endrud under center now as we are back to action. First down on the Hillcrest 37-yard line. Newman this time is touchdown for a loss back at the 34-yard line. And it's Neil Anderson, the sophomore, shooting through, and he handled his blocker extremely well and was able to knock him back for a loss of about 3 yards on the play. Second down at 13. Newman 66 yards on 6 carries now. And that's the type of play the Patriot defense needed right now. They needed to come up with a big defensive play to slow down that Comet offense. And now if Coach Swanson's troops can rally and hold the Comets, they would get a lot of confidence back after what has been a tough defensive quarter. Comets have already put up over 100 yards offense on the night. Got an equipment problem here for the Patriots. Snap on the helmet of Greg Sabalik is not cooperating, so we'll take an official timeout to repair that. And if they can't get it, okay, it didn't take too long, so he's back out there, ready to go. Exactly 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter from Hoffman. Great night for high school football, and we're glad that you've joined us here on 1250 KBRF for the action. Here's a handoff to Newman, trying to go wide. He slips out of a shirt tail attempt at the tackle and takes it up to the 40-yard line. The ball comes loose, but after contact with the ground, Sabalik making the stop. Gain of 6 on the play, and it will be third down at about 7. Newman went wide to the right side and then cut back against the grain and picked up some yardage. Ball just about on the midfield stripe. Flag is pretty limp, so the wind has died down here tonight. Third down at 7. Receiver off to the left side is Matt Larson. And Endrud will drop back to throw. Setting up, swings it out to Newman on the flats. Newman will break Reiner's tackle, and he will take it ahead to the Hoffman-Kensington 30-yard line, and it is another first down and a key third down conversion. They set that screenplay up well. Reiner had a shot at him, but you won't see Bo Reiner miss many tackles, but that time Newman was able to slip away. That's a 9-yard gain, and it is a Hillcrest first down. Endrud 2 out of 3, throwing the football for 37 yards. And the first quarter has come to an end here at Hoffman. Our score after one in this Pheasant Conference football game is Hillcrest 24 and Hoffman-Kensington 6. Hillcrest Comets picking up a first down on the final play of the first quarter. We'll get a fresh series as we start the second 12 minutes of play with the ball resting shy of the Hoffman-Kensington 30-yard line. Michael Levang on a 28-yard pass from Nate Endrud. With 9:52 to go in the first, got the Comets rolling. Evan Newman scored a 2-point conversion run to make it 8-0. Comets with Newman on a 13-yard run with 7:41 to go, and Erickson from Endrud on the 2-point pass to make it 16-0. Then Runge on a 17-yard run for Hoffman-Kensington, making it 16-6, and Newman with a 42-yard run from scrimmage, and then the 2-point conversion run by Newman also at 3:32 of the first quarter to make it 24-6. Endrud hands it off, and it is Quam, and Quam is going to be stopped after a short game. And it was Winter who grabbed a hold of his jersey and held on until help got there. Gain of a yard. Quam has carried twice for 3 yards. Second down and 9. Ball just over the Hoffman-Kensington 30-yard line. Second quarter just underway. Tomorrow, I'll be in Hibbing with the Fergus Falls Otters. More high school football, a Saturday afternoon game against the Hibbing Blue Jackets. That's a 2 o'clock start for the unbeaten Otters. Pitch out, Newman trying to go wide, cuts back, now heading for the near side, but he will not get away as he's tripped up again by Tony Winter. Winter with a couple of good plays back-to-back, all the way back to the 32 or 33-yard line, and it will be third down and 12. Loss of 3 for Newman. Ball at the 32-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Tony Winter, the middle linebacker, with a big play on Newman. Newman was trying to get away and head to the open field on the near side, but could not slip out of his grasp. Backs are split. Flanker to the left side. On third down and 12, Endrud will fake the handoff and set up. Now he'll roll out of the pocket. Slips out of an ankle tackle. Dumps it off. Batted away. Broken up beautifully by Johnson, as the ball was intended for Scott Hansen. Kind of a safety valve receiver there. But you can give a lot of credit to a strong rush, forcing the quarterback Endrud out of the pocket. And on the rollout, the pass was broken up by Jay Johnson. So Endrud now 2 out of 4 throwing the football tonight. And it will be fourth down and 12 from the 32-yard line. And let's see what the Comets do here. 24-6. Comets have the lead. 10:35 to go, and now the Comets are going to use a timeout here, as they didn't have the personnel on the field they wanted out there. So we'll take a break from Hoffman, where the Patriots trail the Comets 24-6.
Hillcrest Lutheran Academy provides an exciting athletic program for boys and girls that enhances its college preparatory curriculum. For more information about a quality Christian high school education, call Hillcrest Lutheran Academy 739-3371.
10:35 left here in the first half. Each team has now used a timeout. Hillcrest has certainly had the upper hand as far as yardage goes, but as far as offensive plays, the Comets have 11 running plays and 4 passing plays, so they've run a total of 15 offensive plays. Hoffman-Kensington has run 12. All of them have been on the ground. But the Comets tonight have 120 yards total offense, and Hoffman-Kensington has 61, so they've doubled the output of the Patriots offensively in this first half. Hillcrest now with a fourth down and 12. Ball on the Hoffman-Kensington 32-yard line, and they are going to punt for the first time tonight. Evan Newman back in punt formation. And let's see if he does indeed kick it. Patriots now send Tony Winter deep. Now Newman's going to run with it. He's going to run, trying to go outside. Now he reverses his field direction. He's going to lose some yardage. No, got away from Johnson. Now he heads to the near sideline, still on his feet, and he is going to be hit from behind and driven down at the 31-yard line. And again, it was Winter who made the stop, and Newman picked up about 2 yards on the play after all that running. So they turn it over on downs. I'll tell you what, Evan Newman came very close to making something out of that play, and he's giving the Patriots fits out there, but give Tony Winter a lot of credit. the junior linebacker was able to catch up with him and drop him at the 30-yard line. So Hoffman-Kensington will take over on downs on their own 30-yard line. Now Tony Winter, who had a great defensive series there, will take over the reins at quarterback with Paul Mahoney and Bruce Runge, the setbacks. And now the handoff to the slot back. The ball comes loose on the hit, and the Comets get it right back. The hit by Heidbreder popped the ball loose. Heidbreder popped it loose, and it was number 21, Matt Erickson, on top of the football, trying to hand the ball off to John Winter out of that slot back position, and he fumbles it. That's the second turnover on the first play from scrimmage once again, and Hillcrest gets the ball back. Heidbreder on the hit, Erickson on the recovery, and we get a look at the Hillcrest offense once again, and they start in excellent field position on the Patriot 31. Right up the gut, Quam with a big hole, and he takes it inside the 25 all the way to the 23-yard line. Winter, the linebacker, one of the two tacklers, and the other one slow in getting up is Reiner. It's a gain of about 9 on that play by Quam. Second down at a yard. Quam with 12 yards on his 3 carries. Primary running back, of course, is Newman, who has carried the football 9 times for 71 yards. 9:18 to go, first half, 24-6. Comets, all the scoring done in the first quarter. But now they're knocking on the door in good field position again. And Quam is wrapped up, and he's going to be, I believe, shy of the first down. And a nice tackle made by Greg Sabalik, the junior tackle. Wrapped him up and hit him. He is going to be close enough for the measurement. 9:02 left in the half. They'll bring the sticks across. First time we've seen the chain gang out on the field tonight. See how close they come when they stretch it out. 24-6, Comets leading. And they'll stretch the sticks out, and he did get the first down.
First down, Comets.
Well, that's the 4th first down for the Comets tonight. 3 on the ground, 1 through the air. There have been 2 penalties in the game, both against Hillcrest. Hoffman-Kensington had a procedure call against them, but it was declined. Ball at the 21-yard line of Hoffman-Kensington with 8:45 left first half. Comets break the huddle. Ryan Nordland, flanker to the right side. Fake pitch. They come back up the middle to Quam, and he takes it inside the 20, is wrapped up at the 17-yard line. Tackle made by Mark Schmidt, the sophomore defensive end. Give Quam about a 4-yard gain. Second down and 6. Quam 17 yards on 5 carries, and the ball resting at the Patriots 17 with 8:10 to go in the half. Enroot has gone to the air 4 times, has completed 2 passes for 37 yards and a touchdown. Comets are trying to capitalize on a turnover for the second time tonight. Flag flies before the snap. May have an encroachment or somebody lined up offside. Let's see what they call. Yeah, it's encroachment against the Patriots, and that will bring the Comets down close to first down territory. As quick as that whistle went, it must have been somebody lining up in the neutral zone. And it will be second down and a yard now. Under 8 minutes to go in the half. Comets have been successful on 3 of their 4 previous offensive possessions, turning into points. This is always a fun down for the offense, second and short. Let's see what Coach Risbrud has decided to do with it. Going to keep it on the ground, bring it to Newman, wide to the right side, trying to spin off a tackle, but he's buried inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Ryan Walters made the stop on him. And it is a first down. He only needed to get about a yard. So it'll be first down and goal inside the 10 at the 8. 75 yards now on 10 carries for Evan Newman, who has done an outstanding job running the football this year for Richard Risbrut and the Comets. First down and goal, ball at the 8. Back split. Flanker to the left side. That's Nordland. Hand off to Quam. The hole is there. He's inside the 5, and he's held out of the end zone. They stopped him at about the 3-yard line. Boy, that hole was huge at the line of scrimmage, but Bo Reiner stood him up straight at the 3 and did not allow Quam to go any further. A 5-yard gain for Quam. 5th play of the possession after the fumble recovery. 2nd down and goal from the 3 with under 7 minutes to play here in the half. 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air for the Comets so far tonight. Wide to the right side. They send out Matt Larson. And a penalty flag flies. We're going to have a delay of game call against the Comets. 3rd penalty for 17 yards against Hillcrest. So back it comes to the original line of scrimmage, the 8-yard line. And it will be 2nd down and goal. 6:36 remaining here in the first half. A lot of offense early with 30 points being put up on the board in the first 8.5 minutes of the ball game. But since then, we've been scoreless. Out of the I formation. Andrew gives it off to Newman. Newman is cut down for a loss of 2 more back to the 10-yard line. And a nice read defensively by Neil Anderson, the sophomore tackle, as he shot through and dropped Newman for a 2-yard loss. 3rd down and goal, ball on the 10-yard line. Comets being stopped now that they have penetrated the 10 as the Patriot defense has pushed them back. A delay of game penalty didn't help. They were down at the 3. But now a big play defensively by Neil Anderson. On 3rd down and goal. This is Endrud. Penalty flags down. Endrud with a free play here. He throws it to the end zone. It's picked off. Intercepted and run out by Winter, who stopped at the 5-yard line by Erickson. And I would guess it's a hold. Well, maybe not. That was a pretty quick flag. I believe it's going to be against the Comets, in which case it will be refused, of course, and the Patriots would take the ball. Well, Tony Winter picked off that ball in the end zone and elected to run it out and returned it only to the 5-yard line as Erickson was there to stop him, and they do decline the penalty. So Tony Winter with the interception not only gives his team the football, but he prevents the Comets from adding on to their lead. Now they'll start this possession on their own 5-yard line with 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Patriots have their work cut out for them here. 75 yards of field in front of them, and a fumbled snap, and it's covered by the Comets once again. It's a Comet football. That is the 3rd time in this ball game that Hoffman-Kensington has fumbled on the first play from scrimmage after getting possession of the ball. And that time it was the exchange between center and quarterback that resulted in the fumble. And this time I did not see who recovered the ball. I've been able to pick the other 2 up, not that one. Out of the eye, Newman will take it into the end zone for 6 as they cash in on that turnover, the 3rd of the game for Hoffman-Kensington, and the Comets make it hurt. 5:16 to the 10-yard line, and it was number 82, Mark Schmidt, the sophomore end, who made the stop on him. So for the first time tonight, the Comets fail on their 2-point attempt, and with 5:16 to go in the half, it's all Hillcrest leading Hoffman-Kensington 30-6. Well, Hillcrest throwing the interception in the end zone. Hoffman-Kensington returning to the 5 and then fumbling the snap from center. And then 1 play later, it's in the end zone. Hoffman-Kensington now awaiting the kickoff. Ryan Walters is deep along with Bruce Runge, and Evan Newman will kick it off. Newman, a line drive kick, bouncing, knocked down at the 15-yard line, and picked up there by one of the up men for Hoffman-Kensington. I think it's Paul Winter. Takes it up over the 25, and he is down there. It is Winter, and he's tackled by Darren Heidbreder at the 25-yard line. Hoffman-Kensington with 5:08 on the clock here in the first half, and now trailing by 24. So they need a drive here. They had a nice 8-play drive that resulted in a touchdown earlier in the game. But other than that, they have not had a drive that has lasted more than 3 plays, and 3 that have lasted only 1 because of turnovers. This is Mahoney, and Mahoney squirts through a hole out to the 30-yard line, picks up about 5. Tackle made by Nordland. Cornerback on the left side coming up to make the stop after a 5-yard gain for Mahoney. Second down and 5, 4.5 minutes to go. Mahoney now 7 yards on his 3 carries. Patriots have yet to throw the football, but with the game, the spread the way it is in this game, I think you're going to see Winter start to put the ball up. Here's the handoff right up the middle. Big hole, first down into Comet territory. And Mahoney picks up good yardage there as he got a dozen. 12-yard gain. And Mahoney was tackled by Evan Newman on the play. So first down for the Patriots, their 3rd of the ball game, as they penetrate Hillcrest territory with 4:10 to go, first half. Comets staying in that 4-2 defense. Flanker to the left. Slot to the left, rather. Receiver out wide left. Here's a pitch out coming to the near side to Runge. Runge gets the block, cuts inside it, and is tackled as he falls forward to the 29-yard line, and Chris Mon made the stop. Runge with a nice run, picking up 8 yards on the play. Second down, and less than 2. Runge with 56 yards on 9 carries. 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. It's 30-6. Comets have the lead. Patriots have the ball, and they're on the move. Inside the Comet 30. Up the middle, this is Paul Winter, and Winter is going to be stopped short of the 25, but he has the first down after a gain of 3. In on the tackle for the Comets, number 22, Ryan Erkenbrack, into the ball game for the first time. Erkenbrack, a freshman, 165 pounds, and he comes out now. Three-yard gain for Paul Winter and a first down for the Patriots. And on first down, Winter's going to put it up. His pass is caught at the 20-yard line, and all the way down to the 11 on the completion goes Mark Schmidt, the sophomore tight end. A little down-and-out pattern. Looked like the ball may have been tipped, but he pulled it in, controlled it, and picked up a total of 12 yards on that pass completion. So Tony Winter successful on his first pass attempt of the ball game. A 12-yard gain and a Patriot first down with 2:53 to go here in the first half. First down and 10, ball on the Comet 14. Tony Winter pitching it out. Runge tried to come wide. Newman's got an angle on him, slows him down, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10 by number 77, Chris Mond. Newman had an angle enough to get his hands on the runner and push him toward the sideline, and Mond was there to run him out. But it's a gain of 6 yards, and it will be second down and 4. And we have a timeout taken here with 2:46 to go, and the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots on the move. They trail the Comets by a score of 30-6.
Hillcrest Lutheran Academy is a 4-year boarding and day high school located in Fergus Falls. Known for its college preparatory curriculum as well as its strong music and sports programs, each class and extracurricular event is presented from a Christian perspective with the objective of honoring God.
2:46 left in the first half, 30-6. Hillcrest has the lead. Hoffman-Kensington stopping the clock here with a second down and 4 from the 8-yard line. They so far have run off 5 plays on this possession after the Hillcrest touchdown. Patriots had an 8-play drive that covered 55 yards and resulted in their only score. That came with 4:07 to go in the opening quarter. Runge scored on a 17-yard run to get the Patriots on the board. What a great night for high school football. The flag is pretty limp out in the corner beyond the end zone. It's a light breeze, but it's sweatshirt and jacket weather. There's no doubt about that. You want a sweatshirt, a jacket, and maybe a blanket, as I see a number of fans have across the way. But hey, that's high school football in Minnesota, right? It's a very pleasant night. 2nd down 4, ball on the 8-yard line. Backs are split. Handoff up the middle, Runge, and he's going to be stopped at about the 5. He did not get the first down. Quam was there, Erickson was there, Nordland was there. And he's going to be short of the first down by about a half a yard. Runge has been the workhorse. He's carried the football 11 times for 65 yards. And it's now 3rd down and 1. 2:20 to go, first half. Winter brings his club up to the line of scrimmage, which is the Hillcrest 5. Hands it off, Runge following his blockers, and he takes it in off the left side for the touchdown. And that's a 5-yard touchdown run for Runge, his 2nd score of the ball game. And with 2:12, Paul Winter taking it off the right side. He found the hole, and he's in for the score. And with 2:12 to play, it's Hillcrest 30. We're in the first half, 2:12 left first half. Hillcrest 30 and Hoffman-Kensington 14. Well, 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions will bring Hoffman-Kensington even with Hillcrest now, as that 2-point conversion did bring them to within 16. And it is 30-14 in favor of the Comets. Kickoff coming. Evan Newman will be deep along with Ryan Nordland. Here's Johnson's kick. A squibber that is going to be picked up at about the 17-yard line by one of the upbacks, and it's Quam who takes it all the way to the 35. So once again, Hillcrest will have decent starting position. Bo Reiner making the stop. Hillcrest again in good starting position. They spot it just over the 35-yard line. And we have exactly 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Comets lead by 16. Let's see how they play it here with 2 minutes to go and 2 timeouts remaining. Handoff, first back through is Quam. Quam has some open field on the left side, and he takes it all the way down to the 32-yard line of Hoffman-Kensington. Boy, a quick hitter up the middle. He broke it to the outside and was able to pick up about 12 yards on the play. It is a first down for Hillcrest. And with 1:40 to go, the Comets huddle up. Scott Hansen comes out. And back into the lineup, Matt Larson. At a wide receiver spot, Mike Levang at the tight end, the sophomore. Endrud looking to throw. Play action fake, passes out on the right side. It's complete. And it's a short game. We have a penalty flag down in the backfield. And I'm not sure if we have a roughing the passer here or a hold or what he's going to call. It's a hold against the Comets, which will take Hillcrest back out of Hoffman-Kensington territory, back into their own end of the field with 1:16 left here in the first half. Comets getting that big first down run of 13 yards by Paul Quam to get them into Hoffman-Kensington territory, and deciding to go to the air after that, trying to get another score on the board before the end of the half. And they'll mark the ball back in Hillcrest territory at the Comet 38-yard line. And they need to get to the 23, so it will be first down and call it 19. On first down from their own 38-yard line, Comets have Nordland, the flanker, to the left side. Play action fake to Newman, and now Endrud in trouble, scrambling, dumping it off, and incompleting. He tried to get it out to Matt Erickson, but a lot of pressure that time. Mahoney was all over him. Mark Schmidt, the sophomore, was all over him. And Endrud is 2 out of 5 now throwing the football. I like these sophomores, Mark Schmidt and Neil Anderson, a couple of good-looking sophomore defensive linemen. The more game experience they see, the better they're going to be for Hoffman-Kensington, and they've showed some great signs of some tremendous potential on that defensive line. Tony Winter in the middle at the linebacker spot is only a junior, too. He's played a very solid football game. Second down. Comets with Endrud, giving it off to Newman. Newman to the outside, trying to juke his way around the defenders. He will not make it this time. Tony Winter stood his ground, put him down to the turf. Got a little help there from Greg Sabalik. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Call it a 5-yard gain for Newman. 83 yards on his 13 carries. It's going to be third down. The Comets will take a timeout. We have 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Hillcrest leading Hoffman-Kensington 30-14. Well, the waning moments of this first half have arrived. 40 seconds to go, and the Comets are leading 30-14 over the Patriots. Wild first quarter, 24-6 at the end of the first 12 minutes of play. The Hoffman-Kensington's John Winter, starting safety, is walking gingerly on the sideline here. He came out with a leg injury. And since he has come out, we've seen a lot of Jay Johnson, the senior defensive back, at that safety spot. Patriots certainly sitting back looking for the pass in this situation on third down and 15 with 40 seconds to go in the half. Ball is at the 37-yard line of the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots. Out of the eye, Nordland wide to the right side. Endrud pitches it back. Here comes the halfback pass. Newman can throw it. He's got a good spiral on it. Nordland is back there, and it's broken up by Ryan Walters. Walters deflected it away. The Hillcrest bench wants a penalty on the play, but I think it was a good defensive play out there. Nice play by Ryan Walters, the freshman defender. And it's now a fourth down situation for the Comets. 34 seconds remaining in the game, in the half rather. And Evan Newman will drop back in punt formation. Tony Winter awaits the kick, end over end. Hits at the 15, bounces to the sideline, rolls inside the 10, and goes out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So nice job by Evan Newman. He got a good roll on it. And they'll bring it to the 7 or 8-yard line with 26 seconds remaining here in the first half. At the 8-yard line. HK has, I believe, 1 timeout remaining. Deep in their own territory, though, they may be content to just run it out. Trailing 30-14 to Hillcrest here in the first half. 26 seconds remaining. 2 receivers wide to the right side. Johnson is wide right, flanker to the right as well. And the handoff will go to Runge. Runge ahead to the 10, now the 12-yard line, and down there after a gain of 4. Hoffman-Kensington will use their last timeout here. And Keith Swanson isn't done yet. So the Patriots utilize their last timeout with 16 seconds remaining. And that'll give us a chance to tell you a little bit about what's coming up tomorrow on a big Saturday in football action. We'll be on the air. First of all, Oates LeGrand will be subbing for me on the coaches show tomorrow morning at Perkins Family Restaurant. That starts at 9:15 tomorrow morning. And then Oates will head for Worthington, where later in the day he'll follow the Spartans and the Worthington Blue Jays in community college football. That's a 5 o'clock start tomorrow in Worthington. And prior to that, we'll have high school football from Hibbing as the Blue Jackets play their first game in Hibbing in 3 years. They have their new field ready now, and they'll open that field officially tomorrow when the Fergus Falls Otters take on the Hibbing Blue Jackets in a 2 o'clock start tomorrow afternoon. And that game will be broadcast live right here on 1250 KBRF. Looking forward to the drive up there. All the leaves turning colors. I'm sure it'll be very pretty on the way to Hibbing tomorrow. And it'll be a long, dark ride home. But hopefully we'll see a good football game. Otters at 2-0. Yeah, watch out for deer. John Leland says watch out for deer on the way home. That's true. They'll be moving around a little bit. But a good football doubleheader for you tomorrow. Hope you'll be with us on 1250 KBRF AM for all the action. try to get some score updates for you tonight as our broadcast goes on. Oates is over in Henning with Otter Tail Central against Pelican Rapids. Here's a play action fake by Winter going deep upfield, and Evan Newman almost picked it off but could not pull it in. Winter has only put the ball up twice tonight. He completed his first pass for 12 yards and a first down. That one he overthrew his intended receiver. 11 seconds to go. And it will be 3rd down and 6 from the 14-yard line. Well, now Hillcrest, I believe, has one timeout left, and if this play does not get a first down, Coach Risbrut may elect to take it. They are going to pitch it out. Paul Winter going wide to the right side. He's going to get the first down as he puts the shoulder down and takes it over the 20, out to the 21-yard line. And HK wants another timeout. I thought they were out. Apparently not. They must have that one timeout left. I thought they were out. Paul Winter picked up 8 yards, and he has 22 now on his 4 carries tonight. So the ball at the 22. I thought they'd used all 3 of their timeouts, but apparently not. So 1 second left here in the first half, and Hoffman-Kensington will get a chance to run one more play from their own 22-yard line. Only 2 pass plays tonight for Tony Winter, who is 1 out of 2. 12 yards, Mark Schmidt on the receiving end of that pass. Leading rusher is Bruce Runge, 79 yards on 13 carries. Evan Newman with 83 yards on 13 carries for the Hillcrest Comets. A couple of good runners in the game. Paul Quam has 35 yards on 7 carries for Hillcrest in this first half. Wild first quarter, 30 points scored in the first quarter. We've had 14 scored here in the second quarter, and HK would like to get one more, but they have quite a bit of field ahead of them. Ball on their own 22-yard line with 1 second left. Of course, quarter doesn't end till the play ends. There's a pass off to the right side. It is caught, and it's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on the play as they got it complete to Runge, but no damage done. That's the end of the first half of play here at Hoffman, where the Hillcrest Comets lead the Hoffman-Kensington Patriots by a score of 30-14. The football, Ryan Walters and Bruce Runge are deep. Evan Newman will kick off for the Comets. He'll tee the ball up at the 30-yard line, put the foot into it there, and get this second half underway. Comets by 16 as we start the third quarter, but Hoffman-Kensington with a chance getting the ball first to get within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion if they can get one of each of those on their first possession. Statistics evened out pretty well through the second quarter with the yardage 166 for the Comets and 136 for Hoffman-Kensington after that super fast start by the Comets. Newman has the go-ahead, and here is the kick as the second half is underway. It's headed to the near sideline. Runge picks it up on the short hop at the 4-yard line, brings it out to the 20, and will go down there. And again, good coverage on the kickoff return. Darren Heidbreder was right there, along with Ryan Nordland. They'll spot the ball at the 21-yard line. Heidbreder's played a good game out there defensively, along with Chris Mon, Paul Quam, Matt Erickson, Ryan Nordland, Evan Newman, Mike Levang. Done a great job. Heidbreder is on the left end. Hansen at the left tackle. Right tackle is Chris Mon. As Coach Risbrut now has backed up Levang as a linebacker. He's going with a 3-3. And Levang is there to make the stop on the pitch as Runge was driven back after getting the pitch. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but from here it looks like he lost a yard. Good penetration. Levang, the left end in the first half, now playing at a linebacker spot as Coach Risbrut has gone out of that 4-2 into a 3-3. Levang on the left side, and he has Paul Quam in the middle with Matt Erickson on the right side. And the 3 defensive backs, Newman is the safety. The left corner is Ryan Nordland, and David Fulton is the right corner. Holden goes out on Jay Johnson. Here's his handoff to Paul Winter, and he is hit after a gain back to the original line of scrimmage. Levang was there again, along with Darren Heidbreder. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Paul Winter got the yard back that Runge lost. So the Comets covering that ground game very well here in the first couple of plays of this second half. 3rd down and 10. Quarterback Tony Winter takes the snap, straight drop back. Good protection, fakes right, looks left, and throws it in between two receivers. We have a penalty flag down. And it's going to be pass interference. Pass interference coming against the Comets, I believe. No preliminary indication, but I think it is pass interference on Hillcrest. They're going to be talking with the, it's a pass interference call on that 3rd down pass play. Interference on the Comets, and of course they'll take the penalty. Well, Hillcrest has taken 5 penalties now for 37 yards. Coach Risbrud wants an explanation on it. I'm sure he will not get one to his satisfaction. 10 yards and out to the 30-yard line, and Hoffman-Kensington with a 1st down and a little better field position. $10:15 to go, 3rd quarter. So the penalty, instead of a 4th down and a punt situation, the penalty gives Hoffman-Kensington a fresh set of downs and some more room to work with as they get the ball out over the 30-yard line. Johnson goes wide to the left side. Jay, a senior, split end. Flanker to the left as well. They run a little delay to the second back through. And it's Heidbreder holding on and getting the whistle as Runge picks up 2 or 3 yards before Heidbreder wrapped him up out to the 33 or 34. Give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. Runge with 81 yards now on 15 carries. It's 2nd down and 7 with 9:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Patriots with their first possession of the second half. Tony Winter, the junior quarterback, who does a fine job playing that linebacker spot for Coach Swanson on defense, brings his team out in the I formation. Paul Winter, the up back, and this is Runge, the deep back, and he's stuck as he crosses the 35 and driven back. And the Comets, again, with some good defense. Quam was there to hit him first. Also, Heidbreder, again, in on the play. Heidbreder's been in on a bunch of them, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. 3-yard gain for Runge. 3rd and 4, clock running, ticking down toward the 9-minute mark. We're in the 3rd quarter of play in this Pheasant Conference football game between Hoffman-Kensington and Hillcrest, with the Comets leading it 30-14. Pitch out. Good block by Mahoney, and that enables the running back Runge to break it off the right side and pick up yardage close to the 1st down. Mahoney laid out Levang with a nice block. Heidbreder was there to make the stop, and this is going to be close enough perhaps to measure. No, it's going to be 4th down. 4th down and less than a yard. Couple yards on that carry, 3 yards on that carry for Runge. And it's 4th down and less than a yard, and the Patriots are going for it on the keeper, and the quarterback, Winter, sneaks through the right side and gets the 1st down yardage all the way to the 36 or 37. Let's see where they spot him down. It'll be at the 37-yard line. So he got 3 yards on that play and keeps the drive alive, and that's the first time tonight that Tony Winter has carried the football. 8:20 to go, 3rd quarter. 30-14, the Comets have the lead by 16, and a fresh set of downs again at the Comet 37-yard line. From the I formation, 2 receivers to the left. And it is Runge carrying the ball, and he's going to be hit by Quam and pushed back for a loss of a yard. Quam, the linebacker, keen on Runge all the way there, and it paid off as he dropped him for a 1-yard loss. That's Runge's 18th rushing attempt. He has 85 yards on the ground. 7:40 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd down at 11. Johnson goes out wide to the left side. Slot to the left as well. Pitch out. Runge trying to go wide to the left side. He has some room, and Newman comes up and meets him at the 31-yard line. Short of the first down, a gain of about 6, and a penalty flag down back behind the play, which should indicate a hold. Yeah, we're going to have a holding call against Hoffman-Kensington. That's only the second penalty assessed against the Patriots tonight. And I think that might be part of what Coach Risbrut was talking to the referee about on the far side. 5 penalties against the Comets, and this is just the second one on Hoffman-Kensington, and it will move them back. So then we'll back into their own territory, back to about the 33-yard line. And it's going to be, back to the 32-yard line. So it's second down and 22. Second down, 22. On the 32. Winter has thrown the ball 3 times, is 2 out of 3. Well, HK has held on to the football for all 5 minutes of this third quarter. And here's Winter faking the handoff, rolling to the left side. Now he's going to keep it. He's at the 40 to the 35 and tackled at the 33-yard line after a big gain. Tackle made by Nordland. And all the way to the 33-yard line on that run. 15-yard gain. And it will bring up a third down play. Third down and 6. Well, let's see if Winter goes to the air. He was over conferring close to the sideline with Coach Swanson about what he wanted to do here on third down. Third down, 6, 6:40 to go, third quarter. Scoreless second half. HK has held on to the football for the entire quarter. This is the 9th play of their drive. Out of the eye on third down. Winter takes the snap, fakes, pitches. Now this is Runge, and Runge is going to go down short of the 30-yard line. The Comets showing that good speed. Nordland, Quam, Levang, they were all there. Short gain of about a yard for Runge, and it will be 4th down and 5. Runge with 87 yards on 19 carries tonight. And on 4th down with 6 minutes to play in the quarter, HK down by 16 will be going for it here. Well, it could really be deflating for the Patriots to hold on to the ball this long and come up empty. Here's a fake handoff, rolling left. The quarterback, Winter, throws back against the grain. It's caught at the 20-yard line, and it is a first down, and that's the sophomore, Mark Schmidt. 11 yards on the pass play, and a Hoffman-Kensington first down. He's come up with a couple of key catches tonight to keep drives alive. Winter is 3 out of 4, and he was pretty cool, rolling to the left side with a little bit of pressure and then throwing back to his right. That is not an easy pass. And on the 10th play of this possession, the Patriots have penetrated the Hillcrest 20-yard line, and on that 4th down play, they have kept the drive alive. Here's the crossbuck. This is Runge again, and he takes it ahead to the 15, but we do have a penalty flag down, and there may be some holding again as that flag was thrown in the backfield. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go. And it is going to be against Hoffman-Kensington after that 5-yard gain. They're going to be backed up to the 30-yard line again with a hold. Holding it is. So that's the 3rd penalty of the game, 2nd of this drive. 25 yards in penalties against Hoffman-Kensington. Back just outside the 30-yard line now. So it'll be first down and 21. They wind the clock again. Patriots have had the football for almost 7 minutes. Hillcrest has not touched it offensively here in the second half. Fake to Runge. Now back to throw. The pass upfield. He's got Schmidt. He drops the football at the 5-yard line. Oh, was he open, and what a beautifully thrown football. But Mark Schmidt could not hold it. And it's going to be Second down and 21. Well, a well-thrown football, and he had beaten the defense, and it had 6 points written all over it, but he could not come up with it. Second down, 21. Ball just shy of the Hillcrest 30. 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Patriot offense controlling the football here in the second half. Backs are split. Big rush. They set up the middle screen. It's caught by Runge. He has some room, and he takes it down to about the 21-yard line, close to the original line of scrimmage, but not quite there. Well, they executed the middle screen well, but then the Comets reacted well as Kwame Erickson came in to cut him down. Third down and 12, a 9-yard gain on that pass play. Winter has hit 4 out of 6 now. Runge has caught 2 passes for 17 yards. Well, the Patriots converted a third and fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they're sitting at third down and 12 from the 21-yard line. Clock running, 4:15 to go. Now, the quarterback came over again, Troy Winter, to talk, and they're not going to be able to get the play off. They're going to take a timeout. It took too long to get organized offensively, so a timeout taken and a smart timeout. They're on a drive right now. They want to capitalize on this. They've had the ball the entire quarter, and Keith Swanson said, let's take a timeout and get these two plays ready. 4:11 to go here in the third quarter, and our score from Hoffman remains Hillcrest 30 and the Patriots 14. Ball still shy of the 20-yard line at the 21 of Hillcrest, and Hoffman-Kensington has run 12 offensive plays. This drive started on their own 21. They have had the ball the entire quarter, and they're still just shy of the Hillcrest 20-yard line. And we have a third down and 12 coming up here. Keith Swanson having taken the first time out of the half. The Hillcrest offense should be well rested, although they're all playing defense, so I guess that's not true. You actually work a little harder, too, don't you, on defense? We were talking at halftime, John Leland and I were talking about the Hillcrest team that played Toivola Meadowlands in the 1982 state playoffs on a snowy, cold day in the quarterfinals of the 9-man playoffs, and they won 46-40, 86 points scored. And, of course, with 44 at halftime, we were well on our way to that here tonight. But now we've had a scoreless third quarter. And Hoffman-Kensington facing third down and 12. And the quarterback, Winter, rolling to the left side, getting some protection. Now he runs out of the pocket, and he staggers inside the 15 and out of bounds at about the 12 or 13-yard line. He had a nice run there. And he's going to be short of the first down, but only by 4 or 5 yards. Oh, let's see, they spot him out just inside the 15, so he needs about 5. 6-yard gain on the play. 25 yards on 3 carries for Tony Winter. He stepped out of bounds, so the clock stops. 4:03 to go. Third quarter action. Comets leading 30-14. And now Hoffman-Kensington will try to convert yet another fourth down play. Jay Johnson wide to the right side. On fourth down, the quarterback rolling left. Setting, looking, he wants to throw it to the end zone. He's got his man, and it is a touchdown for Hoffman-Kensington. Up within 8. Winter under center, dropping back. Looking, fires, got it. In the end zone, 2 points, and it's Mahoney again. Mahoney for the 2-point conversion, and with 3:56 remaining in the third quarter, it's an 8-point ball game. Hillcrest 30 and Hoffman-Kensington 22. Boy, that was a drive to start this second half, and it paid off. A couple of fourth down conversions, the second one being a touchdown from 14 yards. Paul Mahoney on the receiving end of the aerial from Tony Winter, and it eats up 8 minutes and 4 seconds of the third quarter. Hillcrest offense has yet to see the football in this quarter, but they'll get it now. 30-22. Hillcrest by 8. Jay Johnson will kick it off. And it's a squibber headed toward the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds at about the 31. So Hillcrest will have it. First down at the 31-yard line. 3:56 left here in the third quarter of play. Now, I would guess if the ball doesn't get to the 30, you get it at where it went out. We'll see. Great drive by Hoffman-Kensington. 14 plays, 59 yards, and a 14-yard touchdown pass on fourth down. And then that ensuing two-point conversion, which was really important to get them within a touchdown and two-point conversion of tying this game. First down, Comets. Ball on their own 31-yard line. And a fired-up group of Patriots down on the near sideline after that time-consuming, impressive touchdown drive. Hillcrest offense on the field. Nate Endrud, the senior quarterback. Out of the I formation. He has Nordland wide left. Quam, the fullback, up the middle. He squirts through the defense. Somehow he kept the legs going, and that second effort got him through, and he picked up about 7 yards on the play. Just a good hard run by Quam on the first play from scrimmage for the Comet offense in the second half, and it gets 7 yards on it. Second down and 3. 30-22, Hillcrest leads. Wide left side comes Matt Larson, senior. From the I formation, Endrud, the quarterback, takes the ball from Brooks Walter, gives it off to Newman. Newman trying to go wide, slips a couple of tackles, and is finally downed inside Patriot territory at the 39-yard line. Tony Winter ran him out of bounds. He's played a great game at linebacker. Did he get the first down? It looks like he is short. No, he got it. He got it. 86 yards on 14 carries for Evan Newman. Bruce Runge has matched him. He's got 87 yards on 19 carries. So the Comets have a first down as they move the ball into Hoffman-Kensington territory with 3:19 to go in the third. Nordland comes out wide left, the flanker. On first down, it's Endrud faking one way, then giving off to Newman. Newman is stuck. He drops the football, and it's going to be covered by Hoffman-Kensington. But they blew the play dead. They blew the ball dead, I think. And Evan Newman is a little slow getting up, and now he's popped up on his feet. They ruled the play down with a loss back to the 40 or 37-yard line. A loss of 3 by Evan Newman. Second down and 13. Endrud gives it off to Newman. Coming wide to the left side, and he's going to be driven out of bounds by Jay Johnson at the 32-yard line. He got about 11 yards on that play. Puts him up over the 90-yard mark, 94 yards on 16 carries. 2:28 to go, third quarter. Comets with a third down play coming. 3rd and 4. Ball at the Patriot 32. Hillcrest trying to strike back after that touchdown on the opening possession of the half by Hoffman-Kensington. Now here's Endrud. Second back is Newman, picking his hole and lunging forward inside the 30 to the 29, maybe the 28. He's close to the first down. Bo Reiner, the senior linebacker, making the stop on him. And they're going to bring the sticks out here on this one. That was the 5th play of this drive by Hillcrest, and let's see if Evan Newman had enough yardage to get the first down. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining here, third quarter. They stretch the sticks. He got it by the length of the football. So a big first down for the Comets. Evan Newman gaining 4, pushing him up to 98 yards on 17 carries. Matt Larson runs the play in from Coach Risbrut into the Hillcrest huddle. Ball on the Patriot 29, first down with 2 minutes to play in the third. Comets lead it by 8. Brooks Walter at center, gives the ball back to Endrud, hands it off. Quam cuts to the outside. He breaks it to the corner. He slips out of a tackle. He's at the 5, and he is in for the score, dragging Ryan Walters along with him. That's a 29-yard touchdown run. Back up to 16 with 1:49 to go in the third. It's 38-22 Hillcrest. Well, it didn't take the Comets quite as long as it took the Patriots to score. 6 plays and a little over 2 minutes. (38-22) as Evan Newman kicks it off here for Hillcrest. Oh, he drills that one. That's going to be a touchback. You can't return it out of the end zone in high school. That's a touchback. So out to the 15-yard line. And we'll get a look at that Patriot offense again. They had such an impressive time-consuming drive to start this half. Hillcrest striking quickly, just over 2 minutes on their drive after Hoffman-Kensington drove the field in 8:04. 16-point lead for the Hillcrest Comets as Tony Winter leads the Hoffman-Kensington Patriot offense back up over the ball. Center Bo Reiner snaps it to Winter, fakes to the first back, goes to Runge, wide to the outside, has some room. Evan Newman finally catches up with him and drops him over the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down for the Patriots out at the 26-yard line. Well, Runge's had a fine game tonight, 98 yards on 20 carries. Newman with 98 on 17. We're going to have a couple of 100-yard rushers in this game. 1.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Comets by 16. From the 26, 2 receivers wide right. They are Johnson and Mahoney. Mahoney occupies the slot. Winter pitches it out. Coming to the right side, Paul Winter, the freshman. He turns the corner. He breaks to the outside, and he's finally collared by Evan Newman, but not until he's at the 30-yard line of the Comets. And a big gainer. 24 yards for Paul Winter, and a Patriot first down. Pretty good running by the freshman. Paul has 47 yards now on his 6 carries, and the Patriots are on the move again at the Hillcrest 30 with 1:12 to go. Comets came out in that first drive in a 3-man front. They have gone back to a 4-man front that they used through the first half. Well, check that. They're still in that 3. Levang still playing a linebacker spot. Here's Winter looking to throw, setting, throwing deep, and it is tipped away, and we're going to have a penalty downfield, and it's most likely a pass interference intended for the sophomore, Mark Schmidt. Evan Newman was all over him. And with the flag being thrown, you can bet it's going to be that defensive pass interference with 1:05 to go here in the third. That will move the Patriots 10 yards closer to the end zone, and it is pass interference against Hillcrest. So the Comets have now been penalized a total of 6 times for 47 yards, and it will be a first down. Ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. 1:05 remaining. Ball at the Hillcrest 20-yard line. Comets lead it 38-22. Well, maybe when you're ahead by 2 touchdowns, that's a smart defensive play if you're beat by the receiver. Instead of the touchdown, you get them 10. Patriots break huddle. And here we go. Slot to the right, receiver wide right. This is Runge. Runge off the left side, and he's tripped up at the 17-yard line, and a nice defensive play by Paul Quam. 3-yard gain for Runge. That puts him up over the 100-yard mark. I've got Runge with 101 yards rushing on 21 carries. Second down, 7, 40 seconds remaining. Third quarter action from Hoffman, where the Patriots are trailing the Comets by 16. It's 38-22. Johnson wide right, Again, the backs are split. Slot to the near side. Pitch out. Paul Winter coming wide. Gets a block and will take it down near the 10-yard line, just shy of the 10-yard line. Nordland was there. And Fulton was there as well. And it's going to be a third down play. Third and about a yard. Winter picking up 6 on that play. Third down and 1, and we'll have to see what happens in the fourth quarter because that's it for the third quarter from Hoffman. The Patriots trailing, but on the move again. It's Hillcrest 38, Hoffman-Kensington 22.
Hillcrest Lutheran Academy is a 4-year boarding and day high school located in Fergus Falls. Known for its college preparatory curriculum as well as its strong music and sports programs, each class and extracurricular event is presented from a Christian perspective with the objective of honoring God.
Well, Brian tells me that it's 26-20, Otter Tail Central leading Pelican Rapids in the fourth quarter, about midway through. So the Vikings really giving the Bulldogs a battle over in Henning, where Oates LeGrand is on our sister station, FM 103. We've got a good one going here in Hoffman, 38-22. Hoffman-Kensington trailing Hillcrest, but showing a lot of life here offensively in this second half. They took the first possession of the half and went 59 yards on 14 plays, taking up 8 minutes and 4 seconds and cashing in with 8 points. But then the Comets answered. They came back with a 6-play drive of their own that covered 49 yards and resulted in 8 points their way. So it's still a 16-point advantage. But remember, we saw 30 points scored in the first half, or first quarter, rather. Up the middle, Runge will take it inside the 10 and all the way down to the 6-yard line on 3rd and 1. He picks up 5, and it's going to be a Patriot first down. Runge with 106 yards on 22 carries, and another Patriot first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 6. Patriots have run off 19 offensive plays to the Comets 6 in this second half. We are just underway, fourth quarter. Runge has scored 2 of the 3 Hoffman-Kensington touchdowns, with Mahoney getting the other. Play action fake and slipping away. Winter looked like he might be sacked. That one goes straight up in the air and it's picked off. That is picked off by the Comets. It was deflected away by Evan Newman. It went straight up in the air. And it's Darren Heidbreder, the defensive end, who intercepted it. Boy, that ball bounced off the pads of Newman, went straight up in the air, and came down in the hands of Darren Heidbreder. Strange play. In the right place at the right time as far as Heidbreder is concerned. Hillcrest will get it first down on their own 15-yard line, and that stops what had been a very impressive drive for Hoffman-Kensington. It started on their own 15-yard line, and they were close to scoring again, but now the Comets get the ball back. Penalty flags fly all over. Newman is brought down by Sabalik. But we do have penalty flags. And HK is going to decline the penalty. Got an illegal procedure call against the Comets. They're going to decline it. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10. They'll take the no gain on Newman. I'd say you stop Newman for no gain, you take it. 2nd down 10 at the 15-yard line with 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Hoffman-Kensington realizing that time is working against them now, and they don't want to give the Comets an extra down here. So they'll take the play, even though it was maybe a half-yard gain. Rather than moving them back 5 yards, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Matt Larson to the right side, out of the I formation. Newman takes the snap. He got away in the backfield. They had a shot at him, and now they'll sack him up at the line of scrimmage. Boy, Runge had a shot to drop him for a loss, but he could not control him. Newman is so slippery. He moves very quickly, and he got about a yard out of that. So Evan, 99 yards on 19 carries, and it will be 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 16-yard line. Passing situation here if the Comets want to keep this drive going. They do have a 2-touchdown, 2 extra point cushion. but we have seen points scored rapidly in this game tonight. Going to keep it on the ground, and it's going to be Quam who's going to be hit for a loss. He lost about 3. Reiner is there, the linebacker, and he had some help from Sabalik, and it's going to be a 4th down play. So the Patriots are going to get the football in pretty good field position here, and with about 9 minutes to go in the ball game, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Comets are being forced to punt now. Evan Newman will punt it. Tony Winter is deep awaiting the punt. Oh, it's a good punt. Winter running to his right side. It bounces by him, and it rolls inside the 25 and down to the 21, where it is downed by the Hillcrest Comets. So they didn't get as good a field position out of that as I thought they would, as from the line of scrimmage. That's about a 55-yard punt from the line of scrimmage. Very nice. And the ball is at the 21-yard line. 45 from the line of scrimmage, and he booted that thing about 55 from where he kicked it and the roll. So he did a nice job getting the Comets out of a hole and putting Hoffman-Kensington back on their own 21-yard line to start this possession. Backs are split on first down. They come with that counter play again to Runge, and Runge just fights his way forward to the 25 before the Comets push him back. It's a gain of about 4 on the play by Runge. 2nd down, 6 from the 25. Under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Hoffman-Kensington and Hillcrest involved in quite an offensive shootout here. 38-22. Comets have the lead. Jay Johnson wide to the left side. And again, they go with the counter, this time running it the other way. And up to the 30-yard line with about a 5-yard gain goes the ball carrier, and that is Paul Winter. Paul Winter's had a nice ball game, 58 yards on 8 carries. He's going to be a good running back. He is right now, but he's only a freshman. Keith Swanson has to like what he sees here from his young players, his freshmen and sophomores, and a good class of juniors out there as well. Here comes Runge, left side. He'll get the first down as he picks up a couple of hard yards out to the 32-yard line. So the Patriots will get a fresh set of downs as Runge fights his way out to the 32. 112 yards on 24 carries now for Bruce Runge. .7:45 to go in the ball game. First down and 10. Patriots on their own 32-yard line, and Winter wants to throw. He looks up the sideline, and it is going to be broken up by teammates. Evan Newman was watching it all the way, and he didn't know that David Folden was there, and Folden didn't know Newman was there, and Folden knocked it away incomplete. And there's a break for the Patriots. And I don't think that the quarterback Winter realized that his wide receiver Johnson had slipped at the line of scrimmage. He was throwing a timing pattern up the sideline, and the receiver Johnson had slipped at the line of scrimmage and had not even gotten downfield more than 5 or 6 yards when that ball was thrown to a spot on the field. 2nd down and 10. Now Winter will hand it off. Runge finds the hole and will be tripped up, and he got about 7 yards on that play. Heidbreder was there, Newman was there, and Newman is staying down. And Newman is hurt. That's a 7-yard gain on the play for Runge. But we have an injury timeout as Evan Newman is down. And with 7:18 to go in the ball game, we'll take a break. It's Hillcrest 38 and Hoffman-Kensington 22.
When Ugstad Plumbing and Heating services your heating and cooling systems, we'll guarantee you'll have no repair bills for the next year due to system or component breakdown. Ugstad's 12-month guaranteed service plan is available on Lennox, Amana, Bryant, Carrier, Glowcore, and more. Call us at Ugstad Plumbing and Heating on our new toll-free number, 1-800-286-4228. Get more information on the guaranteed service plan from Ugstad Plumbing and Heating on the Otterdale Lake Road in Fergus Falls. your plumbing and heating doctors.
Evan Newman is still being tended to on the field. He was in on the tackle, and he is down now at about the 35-yard line. 7:18 to go. 38-22, Comets leading. It was at the half. It was 30-14, and then each team scored a touchdown in that third quarter to make it 38-22. Third quarter touchdowns for Hoffman-Kensington, Paul Mahoney, a 14-yard pass from Tony Winter, and then Mahoney from Winter for the conversion. And then Hillcrest, Paul Quam on a 29-yard run, and Mike Levang from Nate Endrud on the 2-point conversion. So Newman will have to come out. And into the ball game in his place is Nate Endrud, who will play some defensive back now for the first time tonight. He's the quarterback. So Nate Endrud in defensively. Hillcrest making another substitution here. Brooks Walters coming out. Chris Mon is coming in on the defensive line. It's 3rd down and 3. Ball is snapped. They pitch it, and it's dropped, and it's picked up by Tony Winter. And Winter on the near sideline wrestled out of bounds, short of the first down. Good presence of mind by Winter. Matt Erickson made the tackle on him, but that pitch out was dropped. Winter, following the play, picked it up and gained about a yard. And it is 4th down and 3, but they did at least maintain possession of the football. 7:07 to go in the ball game. 38-22. HK converted 2 4th down plays on their first touchdown drive of the second half. And now they need to convert one here as they trail by 16. Backs are split. They fake the pitch, come back to Paul Winter, and he's going to be stopped at the 40-yard line, short of the first down. And it will be a first down for the Comets at midfield. So the defense holds. Patriots turn the ball over on downs, and the Comets take over on the 40-yard line. Under 7 minutes to play now in the football game. And a 16-point advantage for Hillcrest. Comets are home at 3 o'clock next Friday. They have Ashby in town for that 3 o'clock start. On first down, this is Quam to the outside, and the hole closes in a hurry. He got about 2 yards on the play. Bo Reiner is there. Runge is there also. That Ashby-Hillcrest game will be covered on 1250 KBRF AM at 3 o'clock next Friday afternoon. From the Hillcrest Field, Oaks-LeGrand will bring you the play-by-play of that game next Friday. 2-yard pickup for Quam on first down. 71 yards on 11 carries for Quam. It's 2nd down and 8. Out of the eye, Nordland has replaced Newman in the backfield, and he'll be stopped perhaps for a yard loss on that play. As shooting through, sophomore end Mark Schmidt made the stop. And we're going to have a penalty flag thrown here as a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct. Boy, I don't know that I've ever seen that in a Hillcrest game. And that is something that the Comets have a tremendous reputation for, is clean football, and you just don't see that happen. Scott Hansen, number 44, was flagged for the personal foul. And they'll mark off the yardage here. And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty back to the 32 for misconduct. Boy. 57 yards in penalties against the Hillcrest Comets. And it backs them up to the 32-yard line. It will be 3rd down. The dead ball foul, so the play stood. Nordland lost a yard, so it's 3rd down at about 18. Comets on their own 32 with 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 38-22, Hillcrest leading. Endrud fakes, and then he is dropped for a loss back at the 26-yard line. As bouncing off the block was Bo Reiner, the linebacker, and he dropped him for a loss of 6. So it's 4th down, and now Hoffman-Kensington uses a timeout. Patriots stop the clock. That's their second timeout, and with 5:06 to go, we'll take a break from Hoffman, where the Comets lead the Patriots 38-22.
What could be better than closeout prices on 92 Plymouth Grand Voyagers and Dodge Grand Caravans at Warner Auto Center?
I don't know. What could be better?
How about a $1,000 rebate besides closeout prices?
Wow, you can get $1,000 on $1,000.
That's right, $1,000. That's $1,000. Rebate and closeout prices on any 92 Grand Caravan or Grand Voyager now at Warner Auto Center, Fergus Falls.
Turn the key. Satisfaction. Turn the key.
Keith Swanson has used his second timeout of the half on this 4th down play. And with 5:06 to go, the Patriots are going to get the football, trailing by 16 points. That was our halftime margin. It was 30-14. Each team added 8 points in the third quarter, and we have seen a scoreless fourth quarter so far. Well, Evan Newman got hurt, and he has been doing the punting, so I don't know what the Comets will do here, if they'll punt or not. Endrud is in there, the quarterback, and we'll see if he drops back to punt. Oh, Newman's out there. Okay, Newman is out there now. So he'll kick the ball. He had a beauty on the last possession, 45-yarder. And he gets the punt away. Runge moving over for it. It hits at the 20 and bounces out of bounds. And they're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. That's about a 34-yard kick from the line of scrimmage, and it will belong to Hoffman-Kensington on their own 20-yard line. So the Patriots, down by 16, have the football, and they have just one timeout remaining. We have 4:59 to play in the football game. 38-22, Comets lead it. Tony Winter, the junior quarterback, has his back split, receivers to both sides. In motion goes the slot back Mahoney. Winter will roll to the left side. He'll set, he'll throw, and it is going to be dropped at midfield by Schmidt. I think the quarterback, Winter, had his hand hit or his arm hit as he let the ball go, and it kind of fluttered out over the middle, but it was right to Schmidt. He couldn't hold it, and Winter is down. I believe he took quite a hit as he let the ball go, and that arm was coming forward. And with 4:53 to go, we have another injury timeout here. Winter, 5 out of 10 throwing the football. 2 receptions for 23 yards for Mark Schmidt. He's the leading receiver. 54 yards passing on the 5 completions. Now Walters is going to come in to replace Winter. He has to come out for one play. 38-22, Hillcrest leading by 16, and the Patriots with a second down and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Tony Winter will be back in shortly. Ryan Walters, the freshman, replacing him for one play. He pitches it out. Here comes Runge. He has some room to the outside. He slowed down a bit as coming up to challenge him was Folden, and he slowed him down enough so that Heidbreder could get there along with Quam, but an 8-yard or 9-yard gain. We'll call it an 8-yard gain out to the 28-yard line. Runge, 127 yards on 26 carries. On 3rd and 1, Winter back in. Fires it downfield. He has Schmidt. He has the first down. He's into Hillcrest territory at the 47-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain on that pass play to Schmidt. Winter hitting his 6th completion out of 11 attempts. And the Patriots on the move at the Hillcrest 47. And the clock ticking down. We have 4 minutes remaining in the football game. Here's Winter. Straight drop back. Looking, steps away from a tackler, now fires, and he was hit as he threw the ball by Heidbreder, and it is incomplete. Good rush by Heidbreder. He's played a great game on the defensive side of the football for the Comets tonight. Second down 10 from the 37. 3:53 to go in the football game. And it has been a very entertaining night of football here in Hoffman. 24-6 at one time, but the Patriots came back. Down by a couple of touchdowns and a couple of two-point conversions right now. And they need to capitalize on this possession. Each team had the ball 7 times in the first half. This is Hoffman's 4th possession of the second half. Hillcrest has had it only 3 times. He throws it across field and incomplete. He rolled left. Everybody was flooding the right side and tried to fire it back across the field, and it was incomplete. So it's third down 10 from the 37-yard line. Still 3:47 to go as the clock, of course, stops on the incompleted pass. Lots of football tomorrow. High school action from Hibbing with the Fergus Falls Otters and the Blue Jackets of Hibbing at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll take you down to Worthington for the Blue Jays and the Fergus Falls Community College Spartans with Oates LeGrand. Doubleheader of football action tomorrow on 1250 KBRF. Here's Runge coming wide to the left side, and he'll bump into tacklers. Should have run out of bounds when he got the first down, but he tried to cut back to the middle. And the result is he's tackled at the 21-yard line, and the clock keeps running. 16-yard gain for Runge. And it's a first down. 143 yards rushing on 27 carries. From the 22-yard line, first down, Patriots. Winter to throw. Looking, fires, goes to the corner, has his man. It's a touchdown. Jay Johnson ran the post and then out to the corner. And it's a 22-yard touchdown pass. Well, it's 38-28. The Hillcrest Comets have the lead. They'll get the ball for the 4th time this half on this kickoff. And that is, unless, of course, Hoffman-Kensington uses the onside kick and recovers, which is a distinct possibility here with 3:28 to go. And here comes the kick, and they do squib it, and it's covered by Hillcrest at the 39-yard line by Matt Erickson. So they tried the onside kick, but Matt Erickson, the senior, fell on top of the ball at the Hillcrest 39-yard line. Comets will be on offense. Now, Hoffman-Kensington has only 1 timeout remaining, and they trail by 10 points. But you got to give this young Patriot crew a lot of credit. They have come back from a 24-6 deficit here and have hung right in there. It looked for a while like the Comets were going to blow this one open, but Hoffman-Kensington wouldn't let them do it. Nordland goes out wide to the left side, and out of the I formation, Nate Endrud has Newman back in the backfield. He has the football, trying to get wide to the outside, and he'll be tackled at the midfield stripe. He did not go out of bounds, apparently. They're going to keep the clock running with 3 minutes to go. Evan Newman with a yard, and that gives him 100. And even 100 yards on the night for Newman. Second down and 9 from the midfield stripe. Runge with 143 yards on 27 carries as the leading runner tonight. Comets will take as much time as they can back in that huddle. Clock down to 2.5 minutes. Endrud under center, takes the snap, pitches it back. This is Quam. Quam will get to the 35 and then will go down after a gain of 5. And now the Patriots are going to use their timeout. They're going to use their final timeout. Oh, they do have one more? I'm miscounting tonight, obviously. So they have one more. Okay, so 2:23 to go. And our score is 38-28 in favor of Hillcrest. We'll be back after this. 2:23 to go, and that is the last timeout for Hoffman-Kensington, evidently. So no timeouts remaining. And Hillcrest should have, I think, 1 or 2. Okay, now they're talking with Coach Swanson about it, and he acknowledges, okay, that is 3. It's third down and about 2:04 to go for the first for the Hillcrest Comets. 2:23 to go in the ball game. Andrew taking the snap, giving to Quam. Quam up the middle, first down, all the way to the 25. He breaks the tackle. He could go all the way, and he is going to be collared at the 5. Well, a touchdown-saving tackle. Runge, I think, is the man who got him down there. At the 4-yard line, Runge caught him and kept him out of the end zone. But that's a 31-yard run from scrimmage by Quam. Hey, Paul Quam's the leading rusher for the Comets, 107 yards with that pickup. Good hard runner. 2 minutes to go now, and the Comets with a first down and goal at the 4. Matt Larson splits out wide to the left side. Oops. Everybody moving a little early there. That'll back the Comets up 5. Boy, Hillcrest has had a lot of penalties tonight. 62 yards on 8 infractions. They'll mark it back to the 9-yard line. It'll be first down and goal from the 9. 1:50 remaining. Darren Heidbreder was off the line very quickly. Comets come out of the huddle. First down and goal from the 9-yard line. Out of the I formation, Newman the deep back. This is Quam right up the middle again, and he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, very close to where he was tackled on his last carry. 5 more yards for Quam, who has 112 now, and it's second down goal with 1:35 to go. Both teams at home next week. Underwood will be here for a 7 o'clock start. Very interested to see that Rocket Wildcat score tonight. Underwood and West Central going at it. We'll pass that on to you, along with all the other scores that we receive as the night goes on. We should have a final on that Otter Tail Central Pelican Rapids game for you, too. Here's Andrew pitching. This is Newman, and Newman is going to be hit for a loss back at the 10-yard line, and it was Runge again. Gain 5, lose 5. Gain 5, lose 5. That's what it's been here the last few plays. Well, that knocks Evan Newman back under 100 yards, down to 95 on 21 carries. 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. It's third down and goal from the 9, and the Comets will be able to kill this off because Hoffman-Kensington does not have a timeout remaining, and this should be the final play of this ball game. Endrud under center. Takes the snap, fakes to Quam, and here comes Nordland on the reverse from the end spot, and Nordland is tripped up, goes down at the 7-yard line. He gained a couple, and it will be fourth down and goal. Tackle made by Neil Anderson. And that's going to do it. The Comets don't need to snap it, and they're going to go home with a victory. They'll be 2-1 on the year. And Hoffman-Kensington drops their third in a row. Hillcrest wins it 38-28 over Hoffman-Kensington. And we'll be back with a recap of tonight's game from Hoffman after this timeout.